So good afternoon, and you're probably seeing me in a very, very weird position. Yes, you're in my car, and this is going to hopefully be a new series, but I apologise, today is going to be a very sort of short video. Really is a bit of a trial run, but I might as well upload it if it all goes well. As you can see, I'm in smart clothes. So for the last 6 years I've worked in jobs that have been sports gear. I've decided this year to take the plunge and take a bit of a new path. So I'm wearing a smart shirt, smart trousers, smart shoes, and yeah, I've just completed my second shift and really enjoying it, really enjoying just having that new purpose and a new me. I think I needed a bit of a new me this year. It's been it's been a real change, but it's a change that I needed. So yeah, I want to sort of obviously keep the channel going. I want to talk about fragrances. I just wanted to kind of share a few things I've got in mind in terms of videos and what I want to do coming up. Next week I want to do, or maybe Sunday, it really depends on whether it's another fitness fragrance review. I did Maison Tahiti Cacao Squared the other day. I want to do the other one, Sel Vanille, which is more of a summer vanilla-y coconut sort of scent. So yeah, I plan to do that. Let's just get off this roundabout. And yeah, just kind of give my thoughts on that, because I wasn't very complimentary of Maison Tahiti Cacao Squared the other day, but it is a very good fragrance. I don't want to knock it down too much. So yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that Snog, Marry, Avoid. I want to do like a sniff, sell, I don't know, something along that lines. We'll make a quirky one, basically 3 fragrances, and then you pick one that you want to keep or get rid of. So we'll do that as well at some point. And yeah, just some different content. So I still plan to do plenty of videos, even though obviously I've got some extra commitments now. And we'll try and, as I said, make this a bit of a series. I'm thinking the Eau de Carlone, if anyone wants a quirky name for it. But please comment if you've got something better than that. I like the highway to smell. That's what ChatGPT came up with. But yeah, Eau de Carlone's as good as I've come up with off my own head so far. But yeah, I thought today we might as well pick a little topic to talk about. So what I've hoped to do with these sort of series, let's say, is pick maybe a little bit of a topic. So clone fragrances will be the one we'll do today, but it could be anything. And again, I'd be open to ideas if there's a debate that you want to talk about. Are fragrances all unisex, or are they really, is it just what we can program to believe that some should be for men, some should be for women? So yeah, we'll maybe do some things like that. But let's talk about clone fragrances today, because what I'll like to do at some point is treat myself to some fragrances soon. And the ones I've got in mind are clone fragrances from a company called Noted Aromas. I can cut across. And I want to do a bit of a Tom Ford clone collection. So I want to get an ombre leather clone, I want to get a tobacco vanille clone, and I want to get a grey vetiver clone. And maybe Dior Fahrenheit. I know that's not Tom Ford, but I wouldn't mind a Dior Fahrenheit clone, because I've always been intrigued by that fragrance, as Kouros as well. Sorry, you're super bright with the sun there, aren't you? I do apologise. But yeah, again, I will hopefully at that same time buy a thing where I can put my phone in a camera, or a holder, so it can sit there as a camera. But I tried this yesterday on my first shift, and the whole thing fell apart on my sat nav. So yeah, we won't try that again. So do I think clone fragrances, do I think they're a bad thing for the sort of fragrance world? Well, judged by the fact I've got about 10 clones at the minute, no, because it's allowed me to try fragrances before I've maybe decided I'll go and get the real thing. One of them being Terre d'Hermès, to be honest with you. I had the clone, I think, for the actual fragrance. And if you're not someone who's really into fragrances, but you know that, let's say Dior Sauvage, I always talk about this one, but that's the scent you like and you can get it for half the price, then I don't blame people. I really don't. And most people aren't going to detect a difference in quality. I think those of you that are really into fragrances will notice a difference. I've always said I've never had a clone, other than there's a luxury fragrance called Fantastic Fabulous, which is a clone of Tom Ford's Fabulous. It's brilliant, it lasts longer, but it's with that, I think it's more synthetic. But I cannot detect the difference in the notes. I really can't. It's that good. So yeah, I personally would say fragrances or clone fragrances are a good thing. I do feel though like it's a shame that we're not getting this. It feels now like everyone wants to smell the same. Everyone wants to have that compliment getting fragrance, which for the consumer I get. I just wish fragrance brands maybe tried to find the next big thing and maybe tried to find something unique that's not been done before that kicks off. Because ultimately, all these fragrances, like Dior Sauvage, yes, it's a safe shower jelly scent, but Dead Hermes, Bentley for Men Intense, they had to do something different to become popular. And it just feels now like everyone's just wanting to replicate the same smell. And I don't know, for me, I just wish there's a fragrance brand that's bold. And I'll give you an example of one that I've not owned, but I do appreciate it. It's Moschino Toy Boy, the one with the bear thing, because it's got a very strong rose note, which is just not common in men's fragrances. I love rose as a scent, but I also appreciate that most people who maybe go to the gym don't want to wear a rose fragrance. Or, you know, if I'd started, or when I started getting into fragrances, did I want to wear rose? No, I'd say it smells like your grandma or your nan. But you can do so much with rose. You can make it a coffee scent like Montal Intense Cafe. You can make it a coffee sort of, you know, sorry, not coffee, a chocolate rose sort of scent, a boozy rose scent, a vanilla rose scent. And fragrances are becoming more unisex. Let's not kid ourselves here. Fragrances are becoming more sweeter, more playful, and I think that means you'll find that people are smelling a bit more similar. Of course, there's certain nuances with male and female scents, but I think you can do something with those sort of notes. Rose would be a note where I think I just wish sort of houses may just go into it a little bit more. I remember Oud had a popular period, you know, it's very different though, but it feels like Caramel's the big one at the moment, Tonka Bean, and yeah, just that general Ambroxan shower gel vibe, if not. So yeah, I want to see. I think fragrances or clone fragrances are great, and I think they do serve a purpose, and I'm still going to buy them. But for me, I still wish and hope a fragrance company goes out there and tries something different, even if they've got those safe generic scents. Make a name for yourself. Right, here we go. I don't like this roundabout, by the way. So I thought another note actually, now I'm on that topic of clone fragrances and different notes. Coconut. That's a note I really wish would be exploited more. And a fragrance that obviously I've had that's had coconut in it is Davidoff Coolwater Intense. It's coconut nectar, I think they call it in the sort of description. It's a really nice fragrance. I think Le Beau by Le Male is another one. Never had that one. I think the problem is it does give off a bit of a sun cream vibe, but again, I think if it's done right, it could be a really, really popular, mass-pleasing, playful note that could appeal to younger people, which is the market that a lot of designer houses are targeting. They're not targeting me anymore because I'm nearly 30, or my dad or whatever. They want to target the young people. That's why things like Lynx Africa have done well. As much as it's a body spray sort of fragrance, it's worked. People make a bit of a joke about it, but it sells. It's there on the shelves every Christmas, and it wouldn't be if it wasn't popular. So yeah, going back to clones, is there any other clones I'd like to try? So I know the smell of some of them. Can I think of a... I don't know if there is one, but Habit Rouge by Guerlain. That was a fragrance I really didn't like before. I thought it smelled like Play-Doh, but I've really liked it since. Again, my nose has changed a bit, and I love that scent, but I'm not prepared to pay big prices for it. I think fragrance house that I'd like to see have more clones of it is Acqua di Parma. I can't understand why there's an Acqua di Parma Sakura clone. Sakura, from the top of my head, isn't a popular seller. But yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? I think if you look hard enough, you can find things that are quite similar. I'm trying to think of any other fragrances where I don't think there's a clone of it, but I want it. I'll tell you what, a Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler clone. that was an amazing fragrance that I did have at Pure Malt. I don't think you can get them anymore, but I would like them again. Pure Malt was a sort of lovely boozy scent, but Pure Van was this really, like, you smell these caramel scents today. This was a different level. This was this pipe tobacco that was just beautiful. And Bogart Pour On, which I mentioned before, which is another one I want on my list. It's in the fragrance jar I did. Yeah, that's in there. So again, I'd like to get that. You can get it on eBay still, but I don't trust sellers on there with phrases that have been discontinued. It's such a shame when you have a phrase that you really like that gets discontinued. But to be honest with you, for me, I'm never that worried, because I like trying different things. I really do. I'm a big trier. A fragrance that I don't think you can get anymore, which I really hope if anyone does see it on eBay and wants to go for it, is Gucci Cologne. It's a green sort of juice, and it's this very weird soap smell, but it's got me compliments, but I don't think it was overly popular when it came out. But try it. If you get an opportunity to try it, please try it and tell me what you think, because I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I've never smelled a clean soapy fragrance smell like this. And again, it goes back to the point we're making. This is why cologne fragrances are there, because if you try and do something different and it doesn't work, you're losing money. So it's sometimes better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, let's be honest, people, I've worn clothes, I've worn other things that I've worn because I think, oh, everyone wears it and I like the look of it. I have a skin fade normally in terms of my haircut. Everyone's got a skin fade, but I think it suits me and I like it. So, you know, it's just that sort of thing. You've got to find what works for you, and if you're prepared to be a bit bold while being a bit safe and smelling clean, Gucci Cologne is the one to try. So we talked a little bit about cologne. Should we finish with another debate? So what should we talk about? Okay, scent memory. What's more important when buying a fragrance? Liking the smell, or, you know, do you think the memory of the fragrance, I should say, is the reason you like the fragrance, or do you think it's just the notes that make it? Do you think your opinion of a fragrance is kind of influenced by the memory associated with it? Now, I'm going to actually say yes and no with this. So again, I'm very much someone who sits on the fence, but I think this depends. I've got fragrances that I've worn that that take me back to a training course I did, Colonia Pura. I did a training course, and that was the fragrance I took for 2 weeks. I think I mentioned this before. They didn't have a laundrette because the park was closed when I was doing my archery and rifle shooting training, and the only thing that kept my clothes clean was at Department Colonia Pura, so a bit of an expensive clothes laundry detergent. So yeah, that was one that gives me a scent memory. My dad took Aramis to the Caribbean. Can you imagine that now? How hot and sticky it was. But it really, I'm going to say a controversial opinion here. You look at fragrance, and people will say Aramis, absolutely not in the summer. I love Aramis on a summer evening. If anyone's got Aramis, try it on a hot night like today, because it's baking here today. Just wear it with a shirt. See what you think. I remember another sort of scent memory is, I think I've mentioned this one already today, but Thierry Mugler, Amen Again. I got told off by my dad because I was in his bedroom spraying it once as a child. Didn't realise it was obviously expensive, but I liked the smell of chocolate on me, as you do as a child. I did that with my mum's Prada shower gel as well. She realised her shower gel was empty. It's because when I had a shower, I'd used it, or she said it wasn't cheap, obviously. Obviously, I remember my first fragrances, so job interviews. Obviously, I wore Fico di Amalfi the other week by Active Pharma, and because of that, look, I'm never the biggest fan of that. I really like Fico di Amalfi, don't get me wrong, I'm very glad it's in my collection, but it's not my favourite of the Blue Mediterraneo line. Ginepro di Sardinia is my favourite bit, but I don't think you can get that one anymore, which is so annoying. They do a lovely Bergamotto di Calabria, I think it's called, but again, so expensive, and it's just finding the space. I don't need it. I need to get through my rants and degrees. But now I've got a better opinion of Fico di Amalfi, because it was just great for my, a stressful situation, which is obviously an interview. But Are there other fragrances? I suppose the other thing is, what fragrances do I like and I've got no scent memory attached to them? Well, Nasomato Baronda, I got it in Harrods. I first smelled it, it was the very first fragrance I smelled in Harrods. Technically there's a memory to it, but I loved it. I've never worn it for anything in particular, but I just absolutely loved that smell of it. And I'm going to buy that even if people don't compliment. I've worn it a few times and nobody's ever mentioned it, which I'll be honest with you, I find bizarre. It's an X-Ray. For me, it's the best boozy fragrance on the market. That's just my opinion. I think it's amazing. I really do. Trying to think of a fragrance that... Okay, I've got that one. Lapidus, Ted Lapidus Pour On, which again I've done reviews on before. It is a strong old school pineapple scent. People aren't going to like that in today's world, but I love it, and I don't care that people don't. I've got it about 4 times now, you know. And it's another reason why I want to try Kouros, because apparently that's quite daring, quite bold. So yeah, you know, there's plenty of phrases that I will just buy for me, but of course it's nice to get some back, but you've got a memory of Paco Rabanne Pour On got me into fragrances. Brother wore it during COVID, so you know, I bought Infinite Intense back, which I wore at my first job. So yeah, of course there is that scent memory. Scent memory certainly does matter. So yeah, what have I worn with my shirt last couple of days? So yesterday I wore Lush Sakura, which I will do a fitness fragrance review on as well at some point. Today I wore Airport Arrival by Marks & Spencer's. Great fragrance. What I like with that is obviously wearing a white shirt. This is something I had to consider. Normally I'm in sports gear, as you know, and I just spray my top. Can't really do that with this today, not when it's sort of a hot day and I don't know the coloration of the juice because the bottle's red or, you know, it's not clear. So yeah, so they're the ones I've worn. Tomorrow I'm going to wear a Zara fragrance. I'm going to wear the Bogos Vibrant Leather. So just not the summer one, it's a strong pineapple, so our pineapple smell. Let the car go. Oh, I let a car go and you didn't even thank me for it. We got temporary lights here. No road rage, Harry, you're on camera. But yeah, I hope this has kind of worked. Obviously I'll see it when I get back. And if you do see it, that means I've uploaded it. But I want to do a series, so what I'd like you to do for me is, if anyone's watching this, comment if there's a fragrance topic or something we can talk about or do in a car journey that you would like to see. This is just a trial run, obviously, just to see how it goes, how the sound works with everything, because obviously you're probably vibrating a lot with the noise. So yes, if there's any ideas, anything you'd want me to talk about, anything, I can do fragrance recommendations, we can talk about, like I said, a debate, something you've seen in the news, what's in the fragrance sort of community at the moment, and yeah, or let's just talk fragrance. Yeah, we just do a general chit chat like this. So give me your ideas. I'd love to, like I said, make this a bit of a series, because for most of the time I'm going to be sitting in traffic and get a bit lonely. I need some company with it, and I want to continue these videos. As I said, there's a few different things I've got in mind. We'll definitely do a bit of a snog, marry, avoid fragrance sort of edition. Other thing I want to do, that's the other thing I want to do, I want to take some pictures or get some online, a bit of a quiz again for you, of fragrance caps or tops of the bottles. Can you guess what that fragrance is? So is it a bottle from a Prada or I don't know, a Guerlain or a Yves Saint Laurent, Issey Miyake, you know, what is that from? And we'll do something like that as well, so we'll come up with another quiz. And yeah, I feel like it's time to sort of go up against ChatGPT again. I think the roasting videos were quite popular, but yeah, we'll try and mix things up. As I said, fitness fragrance review hopefully on Sunday, but there'll be plenty of other things that I said I hope to share with you. And again, I just really want to take this moment as well to thank everyone who comments, everyone who likes, just watches, whether you enjoy them or not. You've given up half an hour sometimes to watch some of these, and I'm purely doing it as a round. I'm not aiming for anything. I'm not aiming to become a YouTuber or anything like this. I just enjoy talking to people, and when you leave nice comments for me, and hopefully, I said, I can share some ideas. And like I said, I appreciate the ideas you've given me with things like spray offs. Yeah, I hope you find it worthwhile and enjoyable. As I said, I'm trying to keep the channel going, because I've really enjoyed doing it. As I said, it's a hobby that's got out of hand, fragrances, and I like combining my other hobby, which is fitness, with it, because I don't feel like many people do that sort of thing, and I just want to be honest with it. I said I've spent £90 on that fragrance the other day, Maison Tea Cacao Squared, and some people might think, oh, I've spent a lot on it, I talk all good things. I'll try and be as honest as I can with fragrances, and yeah, I hope that sort of shines through. I'm no expert though, so as I said, it's just my opinions. Ultimately, it's what matters is what your opinion is as well. So yeah, I'd love as well some ideas and phrases I can try or talk about, and yeah, we'll get into that. But nearly home now. It's taken me about not too bad. It's been about 45 minutes. Considering I've been stuck in traffic. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope when you see this, it is on there. So I might have just spoke to myself for 20 minutes for no reason. But I'm hoping it'll sound alright, and we'll get a proper setup at some point as well, and we'll make it a series. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later.